Maurice Bay here, the helpful trucker. I'm in my car today because I'm getting some work done on my truck. But in this video, we're going to talk about becoming a freight broker. I recently had a conversation with a friend of mine on the phone that is into freight brokering. He's been doing it for a few years now. His name is Daryl Freeman. And we talked about how to get started as a freight broker. We talked about how much you can get paid as a freight broker. We talked about the training that you'll need and how to get it as well. So if you're looking around on YouTube for information relevant to becoming a freight broker or a freight agent, or how to become a freight broker or a freight agent, I want you to check this video out. Without any further ado, let's get right over to the interview. I hope you enjoy it. If you get value from it, make sure you Hulk smash that like button at the end of the video. The first thing I want to ask you, man, and is there a difference between a freight broker and a freight agent?
It's almost like it's like a person is your friend and a person is your associate. So it's the same thing. It's just it's kind of different. You know what I'm saying? But it's basically the same thing. You got to get customers. The only difference that when you're a freight broker, it just basically means that you have the authority from DOT to actually broker freight. And when you're a freight agent, you're working under someone else that has that authority.
Gotcha. Working under somebody else, that's a broker essentially.
Right.
Gotcha. Is it difficult to get training? Do you need to pay for training? Is it just something that you can kind of, like you said, work under maybe somebody and learn the business a little bit and then do your own thing? What's the best approach to training, getting trained up?
The way it happened for me is I was dispatching trucks for Tyrone. So I was dispatching his truck. Well, he had two trucks. I was dispatching both of his trucks. And then he went. Then his authority went bad, so he had to work under someone else. So he went to Landstar, and then once he went to Landstar, I started thinking, and I was like, who gets the loads for the Landstar trucks? It was like Landstar agents. I'm like, what are those? It was like basically just freight brokers that's working under our authority, which is basically the same thing that Tyrone was doing with the truck. He was working under, it was his truck, but he was basically working under Landstar authority. So once he went through training and then I heard what they were saying, and that's when I applied to be a Landstar agent. So that's how it works for us. So you could do the training, and I've heard people doing the training and paying $2,000, $4,000, $6,000, $10,000 to get trained up to be a freight broker. But that's not how it worked for us. But you could do that, and I've seen some real inexpensive training as well, and also some that's even better that you actually get trained while you're working.
Gotcha. How long was that learning curve?
With Landstar, I was just working under them, but they didn't really give me no customers, so I still had to do everything myself.
Yeah.
So if someone to get in, if you're going to get the training, that's fine, but still work under someone that's actually already doing it. Because me, I didn't have no training. The only training I had was a dispatch, which was good training because I knew what the brokers was doing. So they would have a load. They paid $2,000. They would try to get you to do it for $1,500. You know what I'm saying? So they pocket in that $500. So that was about the only heads up that I really had in the game, is that I knew the margins that the brokers was getting.
That sound like that would make it difficult for a trucker to want to take the load. The more middle people is in there.
The way a trucking company really works, you got like a dedicated run. It takes you to let's say Maine. Now you got to get back to Virginia, North Carolina, so you can get that next trip back up to Maine. So mainly the brokers was just basically just to get your load a backhaul. So in that case right there, yeah, you're not gonna really work with too many brokers, because that's all you just need is one way. And to cut out that margin that the broker takes, it would make sense to not have a broker. So if you had you got to run up to Maine. Now, if you had some type of connection to get your load back every time, you wouldn't, you just call a customer directly and do it like that.
Got you.
But not every trucking company has a sales department that actually has the time to get that load back from call the customer directly to get a load back from Maine. So what you do is you go on a load board, say, oh, this broker got loads back from Maine to Virginia. I could just work with him, and do it like that.
I understand that. I get that totally. But my brother, he got his own authority. So I mean, I get that. He don't go from here to Maine, but he might be down in North Carolina looking for a run back, and it's convenient essentially to be able to work with a broker.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. So how much, like, generally speaking, brokers can make what?
Okay, just like if you was just a one-person agency like what I am, you can make $50,000 a year out of your own home. If you got a good customer, you got a couple good customers, 150.
Is it worth it to scale out, to find other agents, working for you and kind of, pay them on a commission basis, essentially based on the business they bring in? Is it worth scaling out?
Yes.
And I ask that because I know, man, in the trucking and, driving a truck, my brother don't want to take on a second truck or a third truck because it's too much headache finding a good driver and all. It ain't worth the risk to him. That's why I asked that question.
Which is funny because we're about to get into that too. We're about to start a trucking management company. So we actually come in and manage the day-to-day operations for the owner, which most of the time is an owner operator. So he's on the road, and sometime maybe just his wife or girlfriend, somebody that they're paying is running the business that don't necessarily know the trucking business.
Yeah.
That's something. But to go on what you're saying, yes, it is. It's worth the headache, but it's for the fact that you can get paid off for somebody else's work. Because only work that your brothers don't get paid off is the freight that he hauled from Virginia to North Carolina, wherever he's taking it.
Of course. Yeah.
But if he had another truck, or he had another truck, or he came, well, I don't suggest him get out that truck. He ain't that old yet. But if he added another truck, now he's getting paid. He's living off of the money that he's making right now off that one truck. So if he adds another truck, that other truck he can save. He can save that money.
Yeah.
Or implement it somewhere else in his financial, goals.
Yep. I understand that. Yeah, he don't want to do that. We done talked about it several times. Like, man, why you won't get a second truck or a third truck? And he just like, man, from everything from, the main thing is, of course, finding somebody that ain't gonna tear up the truck. You know what I mean? And it's just like, for overall, he just sound like he's saying that the possible expenses that you got to go into keeping up the truck, along with the extra money that you're gonna make with the, with having to keep the freight. And he's saying freight slow right now, which is something else I wanted to ask you about. Maybe you could speak on as well. He just like, man, I don't see the benefit in getting he said it's more of a headache than it might be a few extra dollars, but it's gonna be a much bigger headache. That's what he's saying. My pop told me a while ago, man, my pop said, man, trucking don't work with 2 trucks, 3 trucks. He said either work with 1 or you need to have 10 or more.
But that would go back to the Landstar thing, which Landstar, if you go like to the Safer, I know you're familiar with that. So you can like put in a carrier's MC number, like Landstar's MC is 166960. And if you put that in, over like 9,000 trucks come up. And Landstar owns no trucks. They own no trucks. All them trucks, the driver owns them. The owner operator owns them.
Okay.
And to that, if you do it that way, you're not taking on no expenses. So the driver, you got to take it. So if you're leasing on, if you're going to lease on with your brother, you're bringing your truck. You're bringing, well, we'll probably get you a trailer, but you're bringing your truck. You're not gonna have no maintenance, that much maintenance with a trailer. Nowhere, ain't no motor on it. So, but yeah, so you bring in so he's gonna take care of all of that. So if you do it that way, you get the trucker man, somebody to manage the company, and get the owner operators on there for you. It's no expense. Well, it's gonna be an expense, but it's gonna be less than what you're bringing in.
Have you noticed a difference in freight? Have you noticed freight slowing down?
Yeah. Not the amount of freight slowing down. The rate, the price that they're paying for the rate, the load is down right now.
Uh-huh.
But that's about to pick up though.
So I was going to say
But,
that's seasonal.
yeah,
Say it again.
yeah, it's definitely seasonal because right now it's picking up right now actually because Christmas is coming. And all that seasonal, not just Christmas, you know, January 8th, January 7th.
8th.
8th, okay, January 8th, okay. So yeah, all the holidays are coming right now, and everybody's buying stuff. So, and that stuff just don't pop up at the stores. The truck got to bring them. so yeah. It's seasonal.
I'm hearing so many truckers say freight is slow out here, man. For saying like not on a seasonal basis, but on a like the economy coming to a you know what I mean, messed up type of bed. That's what I hear. It's like, yo, the trucking industry going in the shits.
No, it's just somebody's thinking about the trucking industry. It's growing 5% each year. And so it's still over $700 billion in the trucking industry. So that's where we make all our money, in the trucking industry. So that's where we're going to continue making until we start diversifying. But we ain't diversifying this yet.
Freight brokers, they get paid like kind of like what, factory distributors, just kind of as they bring in business, or do they get paid on a regular weekly basis, on a monthly basis, or what?
Well, when we actually had our own brokers one time. So, you know, that when it happens like that, you can get paid every day. You know, every time we drop a load, we had a factoring company. So every time one of our carriers dropped a load, we had them send in the BOL, and their rate confirmation. We'll send it in to our factoring company. We was getting checks every day in our well, it wasn't checks. We were seeing ACH deposits in our account every day.
Yeah.
But when you're a freight agent, they pay you once a week. So
the company that you're working with, that makes sense. I got you. Who can do it? Who is it best for? Like driving a truck, in my opinion, ain't good for all types. I mean, who is it best for?
Actually, people that's in the truck industry that knows it, that knows
stuff,
that understands, that understands the lingo, that understands freight. You know, so whether you're a dispatcher, if you have especially if you have a trucking company and that you have a truck, it's okay. Because with a freight broker, we have no trucks. You know what I'm saying? So when we call the customer, they, you know, man, you guys still gotta find that truck. No. Yeah, but not. You don't really understand that we have a database of over 70,000 carriers that have over 5,000 X amount of trucks. You know, a lot of carriers just don't have just one truck anyway. So yeah, but that's the sell when you're a broker. But when you are a carrier and you have trucks, it's an easier sell. Just call and let them know that you're going to be here. Do you have freight in this area? You know, I can get it down. I can take it here for X amount of dollars.
I do understand. So what didn't we cover? Because those are the questions that I got. What you know what I mean? What didn't we cover on that subject, man, of freight brokering?
The freight broker that it's fulfilling. I guess that wouldn't have been a question that would come up, but it's almost you're helping. You got two customers in one deal. I guess that's the gist of being a middleman, which a broker is. So what I mean by that, once I have a customer, a shipper that has a goods that got to get to point A to point B, so he calls on me to help him do that, and then I don't have no truck, so now I got to call another customer, which is a carrier, to pick it up. So now I got two. When it's picked up and delivered, I got two happy customers with one load.
Yeah. So economics 101. What is a typical day for you? What's not a typical day? What's a rough day? Like yo, man, I had to really work today. How many hours you putting in? How, you know what I mean? What's that day like typically, generally speaking?
Well, I generally start from 8 to. I work from the phones are on 9 to 5, but I work 8 to 6. but that's nothing, you know, because I'm not over here digging ditches or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So a hectic day is when you have a truck booked and something comes up, you know, whether legitimate or just them BSing. Then you gotta realize that they're not gonna pick it up. Then you gotta call a customer and let them know that the truck that you booked is not gonna pick it up. Then they're gonna know why, and you may not know exactly why because they done told you something, you know. But in the meantime, all of this, you reposting the load because you still got to get a truck over there. So you know,
Gotcha.
so that's some days like that is tough. But.
Gotcha.
But then again, sometimes you could take that as an opportunity as well, because one time the customer was paying $2,000. I had a truck booked for $1,900. Only was making $100 on it, but that guy canceled, and then so I posted back out, and then a guy was going in that direction anyway. He was like, "No, I'll do it for this." I was like, "Okay, you want to do it for 17? Cool. I'll pocket 300." Or you know, so it went from bad to good, you know, so real quick.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, bro. Yeah. What's up with the shipping containers, man? How does that tie into all of this?
It was a separate business, but I got into it by accident. Actually, I got into it by accident. I was seeing people buying shipping containers, and no, I was online. I was seeing shipping container houses, and I was like, that's an interesting idea. So I started looking around about pricing some. So I priced some. I was like, what? They only that much? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it on Facebook Marketplace, and if somebody buy one, that's when I'll go and buy one. Because when I sold the one, I didn't even have it to give to them. I had to go buy it.
Yeah. Jim Rohn told us that. He said you don't have to buy and sell. You can sell and buy.
Right. So it's no inventory, it's no upfront money. So I was like, all right, what the hell? So the guy bought it for $1,700. So I got him to add it. So a little bit of some sales and to give me the money without him actually having a product, because it could have been some bullshit. I know you're recording. It's my fault, people. But
you good?
So yeah, but he did. I got him to give me the money. He met me at the bank, gave me the money, and right after that, I bought the container. Then I had it shipped to him. So that actually goes into the brokerage side right there, because the shipping, you got to get it from point A to point B. So I charged the guy a price to ship it with me. So I was.
That's some old Donald Trump. That's some old Donald Trump shit right there, yo.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
in a good way. In a good way.
Well, yeah, I made money off two sides of the deal.
Exactly.
But that's how it happened. And then I started buying them multiple, so I was getting a better price from Merce. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. So
and you got no problem getting them, and you're just marketing them on Facebook Marketplace.
That's how we was doing it initially. We're not yet actually doing that. That's when we get people to sell for us. That's the way we suggest to start, because it's, you know, it don't cost you nothing to do that way. Just post the pictures, write a little short story, and put your number there, and they call you.
Yeah.
And that's how it was, and that's how we was doing it then. We just we was doing it exclusively on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Now we're getting leads, which is it's easier. It's easier with the leads, because these leads is like $20 per lead, and they're good leads. Before we get them, they call and they verify that it's a real person, that it's a business, and that they do actually want one.
Can I ask how you getting the lead?
Yeah, it's a company called 360 Connect in Texas. That they have a website that people come in and they want information about a container. It has to be a business. It has to be right now. We got the containers in two places: in Mobile, Alabama, and Conley, Georgia, which is right outside of Atlanta. So
Cool.
that's we got the leads coming from Mobile and Atlanta.
That don't even sound like nothing you would wanna. That sounds like something that's too simple to do to even need to find somebody else.
The only reason why is I just want to, because just take myself out of it, but I don't want to take myself out of it. I just want to be like just want to wholesale the people that sell in retail. It's just easier because I'm doing other stuff.
I get it. Yeah. You gotta send me your social media just in case somebody, you know what I mean, that see this video want to get up with you.
I'll give you what I got.
Thanks for watching this video. If you got value from it, be sure to share it with someone you know that needs it. And if you're looking around for more trucking tips or CDL tips, be sure to check out some of the other videos on my YouTube channel.